Hi guys, it's Ariel
And Nicole.
and we're back with
Boxer News.
I'm Edwin Gonzalez here with weekly announcements. Remember, seniors, we got a senior portrait this weekend. So this weekend is Saturday and Sunday. Make sure to show up, take whatever you need, and don't forget your money. Also, we have Valentine's is coming up. If you guys want to buy something for your significant other, make sure to go to the leadership kits. They'll be selling candygrams and other stuff. And also, don't forget your baby pictures. We're going to need that for the yearbook. That's pretty much it.
I'm here with.
Gil.
So how do you feel about returning to volleyball?
Feels great, honestly. We had to wait a whole year for this season, and now we're here at tryouts with the boys. Hopefully some of them make it. Hopefully we get great players this year, and hopefully we win this season.
What things can you do to improve this year that you didn't do last year?
Honestly, to improve, I think I'll improve my sets so I could play with the full rotation and my receiving skills.
So what position would you choose if you were able to?
If I was able to choose my position, I would choose setter because they're the one who get the most contact with the ball. They choose the plays, and it's a big responsibility in order to get the ball to the spiker, in order for him to spike and get the points.
Hi, Carlos. Do you think you're going to make the team?
If I'm honest, there's a lot of competition. It looks pretty tough, but hopefully we make it through and I do get on the team.
Have you ever played volleyball before?
No, this is actually my first year playing volleyball, and I just really fell in love with the sport, and I love it.
So here today I'm with,
Natalie Valadez, Lisbeth Becerra,
we can't forget about.
Jenny Lejido.
So our question for you ladies today is, what's your New Year's resolution?
My resolution would be to go to the gym every day. Try to, increase my weight. Not like my weight, but, how much I lift. To not procrastinate because, it's like I'm breaking out a lot and I can't afford that right now.
Mine would be to not procrastinate, half of the year mentally prepare for college application, and then prepare for college life itself because it's going to be a big change.
Mine is also to not procrastinate because that's been my New Year's resolution for the past 6 years, and organize because my backpack still has all my stuff from last year. And it's not working for me.
So I'm Karen Valadez, and these are
Jimmy, Enrique, Javi.
and they're all seniors, and today we're going to be asking them what are their New Year's resolutions. Let's start off with Jimmy. What is your New Year's resolution?
Get through the school year without any problems. Just pass my classes.
That's good.
Never mind. That's it.
Pretty much like Jimmy, just finish the year strong and move forward and hopefully fill out my plans for the future.
Eat healthier and do more exercise.
Thank you.
I'm here with the homie.
Albert Lopez.
What's your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution is to eat healthier.
And why do you want to eat healthier?
I think it just, it's better so you can live longer and just look good, summer body,
Can you tell us tradition you did or something special you do on New Year's Eve?
On New Year's Eve, we wait until 12 o'clock and then we buy a bunch of fireworks and we pop them when it's, when it's midnight.
Fireworks, all right, that's fresh. All right, I appreciate it, homie, and pala next.
This is.
Bernardo Romero.
And Lisbeth Ochoa.
So what is your New Year's resolution?
To not procrastinate and be on top of my grades.
To eat healthier, like no more chips, salads. That's it.
You, Bernardo, why do you want to eat healthy?
Because I gotta stay in shape for sports.
Sports, all right. And why do you no longer want to procrastinate?
Because I want better grades.
Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Means a lot.
What's your name and what subject do you teach?
My name is Quentin Valles, and I teach 9th and 10th grade ELA.
Is it your first year teaching high school?
Yes, this is my first year as a full-time teacher. I was a sub for a couple years before, but this is my first having a permanent home.
Why do you want to be a teacher?
So I want to be a teacher because I feel like high schoolers are in a really vulnerable spot in their life, and I remember when I was in high school I really valued the relationships that I had with other adults that cared about me and were there for me and were always willing to give me advice and listen to me. And so I kind of want to do that for high schoolers now, is be that adult that cares for them, that's always there for them and is willing to listen and to give advice and just kind of return that favor that was given to me when I was a kid.
What's your favorite music genre?
Don't know if I have a favorite, but I pretty much like all music except for country. I don't know, it hits my ear the wrong way or something, but I like pretty much everything else, yeah.
What are your strengths as a teacher?
My strengths as a teacher are probably my ability to build relationships with students, and I'm also very willing to help students with anything that they need. And I think students would be really surprised to know how willing I am to help them and be available for them and kind of go the extra mile for them.
And what do you have to say about your weaknesses?
My weaknesses are I probably put too much pressure on myself, and I probably expect too much out of myself for being my first year as a teacher. I think that I might put just unnecessary pressure in that I have to do everything perfect and I don't want to lose my job and that type of thing. So I think that gets into my head and gets in my way as a teacher, and I need to kind of relax and just realize that this is my first year and I'm going to be learning a lot and making a lot of mistakes.
What's an interesting fact about you?
An interesting fact about me is that I didn't always want to be a teacher. So I spent the first couple years out of college trying to avoid teaching at all costs. All of my friends were teaching and I didn't want to fall into that. So I tried different things. I did freelance writing, I did some freelance photography, and I worked with a coffee roaster, and all those things I really enjoyed. But none of the positions were really giving me the fulfillment that I was looking for. I was also substitute teaching at that time, and I really remember enjoying that and being in the classroom and spending time with students. So I realized that it probably is the place that I belonged after all, and so I'm really glad I made that decision.
Is there anything you'd want your students to know?
Yes, I would love for them to know that I really want to help them. I really want them to succeed, and I really want them to believe in themselves. And I think, again, like I was saying, they'd be surprised what I'm willing to do to help them and make sure that they succeed. And the way that my philosophy in teaching is that it's not so much about their grades, it's not so much about how well they can write or read, it's really about how much they care about the class and they care about their peers and the relationships that they're making in the classroom. So I think they would be really surprised to know how much that's what I really care about in the classroom, and I really want them to know that I'm really more interested in them as a person rather than what they can produce on a piece of paper.
What do you find most frustrating about your job right now?
I think the thing that's most frustrating is there's a lot of I guess things that you have to make sure you're doing as a teacher that are kind of administrative, and you have to make sure you're hitting these points and that, you know, everything's aligning with itself, and that all is really good and it makes a lot of sense why we have to do that. But I think it can sometimes distract you from what your passion is in teaching, and my passion is really building relationships and spending time with students and being there for them. And so when you get bogged down with all the, you know, things you have to do, I think that kind of can be frustrating and kind of distract you. But kind of just realizing that those are things that you need to get done in order to do your job well kind of helps with that.
Why did you choose to major in English?
That's a good question. I did not know what I was good at, and I did not know what I wanted to do when I was in high school, and my parents never pressured me to go to college. It wasn't something that we talked about at home. It just wasn't a thing. So when I got to college, I just asked myself, well, what do I like to do? I like to read, and I'm okay at writing. So from there, I just decided, you know what, I'm going to be an English major. And when I started taking the classes and I started meeting my professors, I realized it was the place that I needed to be, and it was the place that really helped me develop my strengths.
Thank you for letting us interview you, and we look forward to seeing the students thrive under your leadership.